Hey dumplings, it's Dave this side. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to get into some companies and K-pop stans getting mad at a YouTuber named Keemstar and what happened with the late Jonghyun from SHINee. There was this whole music video diss track on this and a lot of people were mad. I wanted to get into that, and I also wanted to talk about Jimin revealing his feelings on a TV show. This is a darker tea video, just a trigger warning. We are going to be talking about death and all that. So grab your dumpling tea spilling mug merch and let's get into the tea. If you are new here and you're interested in this type of stuff, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified anytime a new video drops. And if you're a hater, lying to be the first to leave your hate comment, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and that notification bell also so you can be first to do so. Now let's jump into it. I wanted to keep this light and fun as well. I don't want it to be too serious, even though it's kind of serious. Basically, if you don't know, there's this YouTuber called Keemstar. I don't watch him at all. He's a drama channel that reviews a lot of bad things that a lot of YouTubers do. Only he reveals a lot of YouTubers I don't really watch. So I never really watched his channel. I never had a reason to get into it. But I'm aware he's very controversial in general. So seeing him on the news, not surprising. Definitely was surprising to see how he got wrapped up in the K-pop controversies though. So basically, if you don't know what happened, Keem released a diss track with someone named Void. And Keem is the featured rapper, and the video is on Void's channel. Now don't hate me, but I had to watch the video so I could really make sure if the hate was warranted and what it was about. So I know there's a lot of controversy between watching a video that everyone is mad at. Please don't go blindly hating a video or a person just because one person on Twitter shared some screenshots. However, I do agree this diss track and video is bad, but don't assume they're all bad. That's problematic. Now in this video, it's basically to insult K-pop stans. It's called K-pop stan diss track. However, it mostly insults the idols. Like if you're going to insult the stans, then insult the stans. There are Sesson fans who should be called out. Call them disgusting. Those are the stalker fans. Make fun of K-pop stan culture. But a lot of the insults were towards BTS and the idols themselves, especially at a time when Asians are being attacked and there's this movement going on, right? If this video was released like a year or two ago, I think it may have a slightly different reaction. However, I did see less people upset over that because there's a lot of diss tracks and people insulting BTS. As much as I don't like that, it's not a crime or even morally wrong to insult a group you don't like. I can sit here and insult One Direction, which I actually do like. I like Liam and Harry a lot too. But I could insult them and say their music sucks, and I would be fine to say that. However, towards the end of the video, around the 3-minute mark, there was this lyric that they said, "I wonder why lately, man, they're all committing suicide." They spelled lately wrong. I don't know if this is Keem's voice or Void's voice. People's rap voice sound different from their talking voice, so I have no idea. When I saw the line itself, it was plastered everywhere. I was like, well, the industry is messed up, right? Maybe this is a diss track on the K-pop industry, which I have my issues with. The industry sucks and makes K-pop idols have a lot of mental problems. However, in the context with the entire song, where it's insulting idols and saying they suck because of the industry they're in, and then the editor put a picture of Jonghyun's funeral as the image, it's saying, well, I don't want to say what it says, but it doesn't look good. Jonghyun was a victim of being hated and he couldn't take it anymore. Imagine him watching this video and seeing that he is being insulted for, yeah, that's how a majority of people took it. I understand where the K-pop stans are coming from and how they're upset. He really should have just cut that part out of the video, but Void actually came out and said this. Also, I just want to clear any confusion and say in no way am I apologizing to those creeps. I will never delete the video and I don't care if you get triggered. K-pop stans will always be a disease and I will never feel threatened by you and I'm prepared to face you all. Keemstar actually did come out and say something. He posted a video saying he accepts your apology, and it was basically to clear that he had no involvement with that segment of the music video, and that was Void. He had no involvement in the edit, or did he see the video before the post? He also says he does not know who Jonghyun was, and I do believe that. However, it's weird to make a diss track on something you know nothing about. It's very easy to look at anything from the outside and make a judgment, especially when the outside of K-pop is filled with really toxic stans that send death threats. Also, it got this amount of attention because people were sending death threats. Ignore it. Don't retweet, don't interact, and no one will talk about it. And guess what? If the diss track gets no views, they won't make another one. They'll never talk about K-pop again. I don't think Keemstar is against Asian rights, and I think if he looked into K-pop more, he'd see that it's always been more about a movement to open people's minds about Asian culture and less about the music itself. And K-pop is definitely not about the stans, it's about culture and music. A lot of news sites and companies were pretty pissed and wrote about this as well. They wrote articles to which the article felt like it was written angrily, saying how he used Jonghyun's death for views, but like most articles, I'd say we're neutral. I think it's definitely good to stay neutral for something like this and just explain your side. For the most part, this video is neutral. I'm not coming on here screaming. I'm not not just showing one side, I show both. I gave my opinion because I do commentary. I was so happy to see BTS on U Quiz on the Block. I think it's a very cute title actually. I've never watched the show before or was familiar with their layout, but it seemed like interview style as they asked the BTS members really in-depth, really hard-hitting questions. It got the boys to share something that was quite interesting and I didn't know about. I know the majority of the boys probably suffer with some sort of mental health issue and are probably sad a lot. I don't think this is due to their label or anything. Unlike Keemstar's diss track, BTS actually has a lot of freedom compared to the other K-pop idols. And a big example of that is that BTS owns a big part of their label. They can literally do whatever they want. But BTS struggles a lot with maybe imposter syndrome, and when you're that famous, you can be lonely and no one can relate. But anywho, on U Quiz, Jimin shared a moment back when he was a trainee, and he looked like he was upset telling this, and he talked about how he used to only get 2 hours of sleep, which lines up because one of his old schoolmates said before that he would walk into class like a zombie. So that confirms how hard he worked. Basically, he would go to as many practices as he could, so when Jungkook and V had vocal lessons, Jimin would stay there and watch. He would take notes and then later go back to his dorm and practice what he learned, just to get better. And he sometimes would go to bed at like 4 a.m. to wake up at 6:30 for school. So no sleep really. But when you're younger, that lifestyle is kind of okay. You can handle it. If he were to do that now, he'd probably pass out. Jimin talked about how he would only speak to his father on the phone and tell him that he may not make it, as in probably not debut, but he asked his father to not be disappointed. Jimin said he was going to make it no matter what and do something. It's very emotional looking back because there were a lot of reasons for them not to do it and give up. It's not easy. A lot of them were working part-time jobs too. The label was so small at the time, there wasn't even a guarantee that they were going to be getting good training because they didn't even have a practice room. I think back at a lot of people's journeys. You see them now and you think they made it and it was easy. You don't know how long they've been working at it. You're just seeing them now. I admire BTS so much because of this. They never gave up. I have been doing this for over 10 years now, making videos, editing, all that, since I was 16. And it's hard. It's not easy. It definitely wasn't easy to open my mouth and have people listen because I believe I have something to say. I want people to be kind. I want the industry to change. I want Asians to open their mouth and represent themselves kindly. This was not something that was seen as important until recently, and I am so glad I can have a few people listen to this message. And even if you never watch me again, I still got my message out there, and I thank you for listening. Never give up, never stop doing what you love, and try your absolute best. I don't know a single person who has said, I'm going to do this no matter what, and did it for 10 plus years, but couldn't succeed. Because in that time, you'll see what works, what doesn't, you'll see how you can improve and be better, and change it up if it doesn't work. Jimin is a prime example of determination, plus hard work, and never giving up. Can make you into someone who is amazing. You're never too old, too young to do it. Let me know what you think, let me know what your thoughts are, leave it down in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm featuring this comment right here. Thank you so much for leaving comments. And as always, I do have a Patreon. I upload a lot of exclusive content over there that I can't really upload on here, like reaction videos such as music video reactions, performance reactions, ship reactions. You can also recommend things you'd like to see over there. Link is in the top of the description down below. We also have such a fun time interacting with each other over there as well. I do have a video over there that I just made. It talks about my journey a little bit and kind of like what I went through as Asian in media. Please make sure you check it out. It's free to watch over there. It's on the front page. With that said, there's 2 videos that will appear up on screen at the end of this video, so click on one of those and I'll see you over there. Bye.